on the screen. Look on the screen, everybody. It's Big Head Rosario, the parole officer you don't want to know. Wow. Really? Really? So if you saw part A, here is Big-Headed Rosario, the parole officer. Yep, looks like there's going to be an investigation. Gonna start a new segment here because I know we have a lot of infighting within our group. This one's gonna be called Black Man. Do Black Man. Guess what? Black people. We have no friends. Black man doesn't have any friends. What he does have is the black woman. Okay? Hate to tell you. That's who he's got. Let me make this a little larger. I'm not really liking this picture or something. I mean, something's, I don't know. Anyway. So. Here he is. In a, rooming house? And there's a gun or bullets found in a common area. Well, in a common area, that could belong to anybody. And as you know, when you're on parole, those individuals, you can't have any weapons, guns, bullets. That could be a violation of your parole, and they send you back to jail. So what did Rosario do? Rosario decided to go ahead, here are the lawyers, and pick up the black man's ID and place it near the bullet. Why? He wants to make sure it sticks. Where was that black man going to go? Disneyland? No. Back to prison again. The blue hands of the enemy. Now, don't forget. Let's not forget now. The name Rosario, I think it might be Hispanic or Mexican. But here's my point. Why am I bringing that out? Black people, black men in particular, you have no friends. Okay? The folks across that border coming over here ain't trying to be your friends. Really, no one's trying to be our friends. From the Cubans to the Hispanic, the Mexicans, definitely not the Africans. We have no friends. But yet we're infighting. So he lied, and you could see in the deposition, he confessed to lie. He didn't have a choice. It was on camera. Then they said he was like, oh, if he had known that, he wouldn't have done it. So here we have like guns or bullets that you can't have in a common area. So what does he do to make sure it sticks on who? To make sure it sticks on a black man, he puts the black man's ID there. I can't look at, I'm sorry, this. He puts the black man's ID there. That's what he does. The black man wasn't going to go to Disneyland to put him in prison. Here's the before picture. Again, they said common area, but he wants to make sure it sticks. And here's the ID. I'm going to put his ID right there next to it. Who did this? A black woman did it? No. Rosario did it. You know, your preference's daddy, her brother did it. Did a black woman do it? I asked the question because many have such vitriol toward black women. I'm just asking for a friend. Did a black woman do it? Rosario did it. Your preferences. Her daddy, her cousin, her brother did it. He put it there for it to stick so he can go back to prison. And then on top of it, the black man was considering a plea. Can you imagine you're sitting here, you made a mistake or committed a crime before, okay, accountability. But then you're sitting up here considering a plea deal, knowing that this time you're innocent, you didn't do it. Can you imagine what that's like? Well, imagine somebody that Rosario has already lied with his lying, thick meatball butt. Imagine somebody who's already sitting right now in prison because of Rosario. Getting attacked, assaulted, you name it. Because of Rosario. Black men too, but in particular black men, Giving your vitriol to black women, I see a lot. Black men, you have no friends. You have no friends, except for a lot of black women. He did not care about his life at all. Send him back. Do you think this is the first time he's done it? They reported that if he had known it was recorded, he would have done it. What makes you... How many people, and now there's going to be an investigation. Somebody probably sitting right now in jail, in prison, don't belong there. But Rosario put him there. Did a black woman put him there? No, she'll be the one posting bail coming to pick you up when the bid is done. Did a black woman do it? No, Rosario did it. Black men, you have no friends. He was considering taking a plea. Why? Because he said that the reports at the time could have doubled for him. Considering taking a plea deal? So your life is nothing. Just up in your life and send you on down to jail, to prison. And you haven't, again, it's in a common area. Could be anybody's, but he wanted to make sure to put the ID there to link it to him. They need to open up every case that he's worked on. You can't take the... He's a liar. And think, they only got him this time because they called the police, the New York police. If the police hadn't been there, that black man be in jail. If the police had not shown up with those body cams, he'd be in jail. Probably had to prison. Why? Because he was considered, hey, what can he prove? Rosario done lied on him. If the New York police had not shown up and had those body cameras on, he'd be another black man locked up. Not to any doing of his own. And that is why, again, black men, you have no friends. Hate black women all you want. Some of them still gonna hold. You can stomp us out and shoot us out every 4.8 hours, take us out. And here's the part that I know there's something wrong here. I'm gonna do a video today that might be a little disturbing, but I just think we need to have this conversation. Out of all that they're doing, you still putting all your misdirected anger at black women. Now, just so we're clear, I know how mammies doing dust buckets because you love some white supremacy. I got you. You love the WS. You love it. I am not saying that you need to go and start committing any kind of crime. No, hell no. I'm not saying you need to go ahead and stump somebody else out. What I'm trying to understand is you have a lot of problems, and baby doll, black women's not it. They got them offers in my life. You want child support? That's your problem. You know what you were getting into. Look how many people are trying. Look at the odds stacked against you. But you internalize it, and I'm convinced our people can't handle it. And every time I look up, you want to show your hatred toward black women. Who's scooping you up and loving you up? Who? Who else is fighting for you? You may have a few programs here and there. Let's see if they can come pick you up, like black women do, and house and feed you and give you the keys to their car, making and dressing you up, making you look like a man that most people know that you're not. I'm speaking of other Dusties. Who did this to this black man? A black woman didn't do it. That's why I talk about this, to highlight it. See, when you put yourself sometimes into a crime, you put yourself into a negative element, life can be, especially as a black person and a black man, like a freaking landmine. It can be the way for anybody. Gotta watch where you are. Over here, something might pop off. Because see, the hooligan, a white person, white college kid, they can act crazy. Somebody gonna give them a chance because they have an affinity to their group. We have an aversion. Somebody will I made that one mistake. It's okay. You can be a white person and be young and act like a hooligan all day long. Somebody gonna understand why. Well, number one, they have an infrastructure, okay, that they've built. Well, we've built as well, okay, and they're in charge of it. Let's get that clear. This country wouldn't be without what it is right now, what you have, if it wasn't for what do you call ADOS or FBA. It wouldn't. We made a lot of stuff and they just come on and take it. And I have another video I'll be putting up on the Patreon for the Patreon family. This one here got kind of real. Me and the little white dude, we kind of had it out, and yeah. So that's a different video, but yeah. So let's not get it twisted. It wouldn't be without us. We built this. Hell, even the ones that we hate, orange headed, said that. I haven't heard Biden thank us for anything. You're welcome. Do it for everybody but us. But the point is, we have a whole lot to deal with. So in this country, when you make a mistake, that label is attached to you forever. Look how many politicians, they do stuff, go to jail, then they get back out, got a regular normal life, some money stacked up, they're doing okay. When you're a poor person, you don't have the luxury. When you're a poor person, we can't afford the attorneys to get off on a crime. So just plead now. Just plead now. You think they don't know that? That's how the system is designed. You think so? Who you think is in jail more so? Poor people or rich people? It's by design. Look, we're going to make this easier on you and your family. Go ahead and take this and do this many years and you'll be out. Okay, go ahead and take it. A rich person can be guilty as hell and they ain't going to do it. They'll go ahead and go to trial. Could be guilty as hell. You have to worry about that. They're going to fight it. If you think it's more rich people than people in jail, you have a few rich people, but look at the numbers. That's why I want to highlight this here. The thing is that we do, you got to watch your back. What you did yesterday can affect you today. So the fact that we have a lot of crime in our community, especially black on black crime, we have a lot of crime in our communities. When a black person does that, it's automatically, oh yeah, guilty. Oh yeah, oh yeah. A black man hurting a black woman, snatching a purse, beating her up. That ain't nothing new. It happens every day. And then you got some fools on the internet rejoicing. Oh, let's make it down to 1 hour with your dumb ass. Are you kidding me? Black men, you don't have no friends. You think you do. You don't have no friends. You only got a few black women mammies trying to hang on. You don't have any friends. We don't have any friends. So sometimes you try to tell young people, you don't want to get yourself, in a situation where you got a felony. It's already bad up here. You got a felony. It's pretty much downhill unless you have the tenacity and discipline to change your life. Why put yourself in a firing squad? Because you want to know why? When you get yourself in that system like that, it's a no-brainer. If they hadn't had this recording, he'd be in prison. And you think he doesn't know that? That's why he was going to take that deal. If they hadn't had that recording, he'd be in prison. And I think he knew that. That's why I believe he was going to take that deal. Right back to prison and not supposed to be there. But Rosario trying to put you there. I wonder if they have any white people or Hispanic people that Rosario has done this to. Any Italians? Anybody? I wonder. Why would he choose a black man? That might really be making his day. Black man, you have no friends. You have no friends. Black people, we don't. So that's what I'm trying to understand. All this hatred for black women. And I'm going to say this for the ones I always complain about black mama. I have some issues too. Black mama and black dad. I get you. I talk about that on the channel. Let's get this straight here. Unless you got one of these fools that's like, raising you to be a criminal, 1, 2, 3, ABC felony. Next time you want to complain about your black single mama, I got a news flash for you. Why don't you go find your disappearing dad and ask him why he left your ass? Let's do that. I see a lot of black men have some mama issues, and you're mad at your mother. She could have dropped you. I'm just saying, maybe she wasn't the best parent, but guess what? Neither was your dad, but she did stay. She could have dropped you off at that fire station. So for a lot of these men, now you got a mom that's maybe on drugs and all that. I get it. I got it. But I see a lot of hatred, a lot of anger, and some of them are mad because you didn't have a dad. I'm sorry to tell you, said it before, said it again, your dad was not there because he did not care, and that's it. Unless he's dead or in jail, your dad was not there because he did not care. You don't have any friends. You don't. So I'm like, out of all that you go through by the majority in the society, all the anger wants to be directed at black women. It's misdirected. Either A, can't handle the issues at hand. You can't have a conversation to try to make your life better. Sometimes forget everybody else and just do you. I came up with a plan. Sure as hell did. Took a minute, but the planning worked. I need to make some money. Wall Street. I want to secure my future for myself, not just a man or a husband. Maybe some investing. So whatever your plan is, it's time to start having family meetings, talking in with your children, young black people, letting them know how life really is, not just watch the news. You see that and go on. It's time for black men. You too, with the seed of poverty, D, you're feeding the prison pipeline, the very people that you hate. Think, if we would have stopped committing crimes, if black folks, I'm not talking about everybody else, I'm talking about black people because that's my group. If we would have stopped committing crimes for the next freaking 6 months, stop killing and stealing, let's get a family unit together. If you have to do without, oh well, you won't be in jail. What the hell you think? You want to talk about, oh, them white men. Well, our people don't know how to fight. Oh, my God, it breaks my, oh. If it stop committing crimes, you want to talk about how you hate the police. See, when other people hate you, they know how to cut your money out. And I said before in this country, all this hollering and marching, yeah, you did that, okay, whoop, whoop. You got the same problem you did yesterday. Don't know how to fight. If you stop committing crimes, you want to have, I don't like that white man. I hate that. No, you don't. You love his dirty pants. Stop lying. You could cut the money out by stop committing crimes. Stop having the seed of poverty, D. Then there would be less of you being arrested. They wouldn't need as many cops on the street. But see, through ignorance and poverty, feeding the system. Feeding the system. They got a reason to get up and go and play go catch them. Lock them up. Feeding the system. First of all, you don't have much anyway. Stealing and killing over some fries, over some shoes. Don't have much anyway. It's not like we pulling out some capers and ending up with $10 million and then you on the Cayman Islands or you hiding out in Cuba. Let's get it real. Getting locked up over petty stuff. That's how you change your trajectory, getting control of your surroundings, your resources. People can be a resource also, but we don't want to hear that. The state that we're living in, I'm just going to say, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all collectively, the state a lot of people are living in. Some of this is self-inflicted. Can you imagine the next 6 months, no crime, none whatsoever, and if I don't have any money, you can go over here at like some sense, we're finna get you started into a business, we're finna get ready to teach you how to trade. You'll start, they might have to have a police force reduction. That's how you defund the police. Uh-oh, you said those racist officers are after you? Well, they don't have to send him home while not enough crime. They have to send him home. Aww. He can't bust you out or arrest us. Or, throw you down to the ground before they arrest you and beat you down like an animal. Had to send him home. But we're not going to do that. Of course not. The group and the behavior is too far gone. So this here, I wonder if this parole officer has done this to any white people. Imagine if he's over a woman, what he might do. A woman. We've heard of things like that happening. But I bet you, it makes me wonder how many black men fell back into the prison due to Rosario. But let most of the black men tell it. All black women. Black men, besides a black woman, news flash. Good example. You have no friends. I'm out.